Thank you, members of council, for this opportunity to address you as your candidate for second vice president of the Ontario Bar Association. I'm Sean Kennedy, and most of you may know me as secretary of the board. If you've enjoyed reading the award-winning minutes of our meetings over the last couple of years, then I'm gratified. But I only have 5 minutes, so I don't have time to go into detail concerning my practice experience or educational background. Most of those details have been conveyed to you in emails I've sent over the last few weeks, as well as in the telephone calls that I've placed to almost each and every one of you. Rather, as secretary since 2010, executive at large in 2009, and a member of this council since 2008, I want to stress my intimate familiarity with the issues that the OBA has tackled on behalf of the profession. As an active participant and decision maker on the board, and as chair of the Compensation and Human Resources Committee, I know this association well, and I've built a very solid working relationship with its wonderful staff. Together, we can open up the OBA to new members, encourage volunteerism, and leverage great ideas from great minds. This familiarity with the issues and my recent experience with the association should be critical to your choice of second vice president. These will inform the important decisions I will have to make on the big issues should I be fortunate enough eventually to become your president. Here are some of those big issues. Current government austerity is threatening to reduce funding for the administration of justice in this province, and particularly legal aid. We at the OBA need to challenge these spending reductions, and we need to press the need for Ontarians not to be discouraged from seeking legal assistance. Another issue is the ongoing crisis faced by our law school graduates in securing articles. I believe we need to embrace the Law Society's recommendations in this regard, but more so that the OBA should be in the forefront in the establishment and operation of a practical training institute as an alternative to articles, should that be the recommended path to follow, so that our young lawyers will not be frustrated so early in their careers just because they can't find articles. Now, many of our colleagues are women and members of minorities, and yet their representation, not just in the management of law firms, but also on the executives of many of our OBA sections, belies their numbers. We need to encourage greater overall diversity in our sections, and I want to work with you towards this important goal. Of course, the public's perception of the profession remains of concern to us all. Under the leadership of Paul Sweeney, we at the board, with your approval, have undertaken an advocacy advertising program that we believe over time will change and perhaps even improve that perception. This program will require funding and will be implemented only over several years, but it is ultimately intended to be of great benefit and use to all CBA branches across this country in their similar efforts to improve the regard of the public that they serve. As one of the architects of the Lawyers Communication Program, I intend to see it through. And this program is not just about cheerleading for the profession. It's about instilling pride in what we do and who we are as lawyers. Last but certainly not least, we at the OBA must do everything possible to make practice easier and more rewarding for all of our members, but particularly our solo and small firm practitioners in these tough economic times. Now, politicians, and we standing for election are all politicians, should be wary of making promises, but there are 2 promises that I make to you without hesitation. First, I will continue to commit myself, and particularly my time, to the interests of this association. Second, many years ago, as head of a corporate law department, I took a page from a French politician, friend of the working man and prominent lawyer, who said, "Allez là le peuple, je dois les suivre, car je suis leur chef." There go the people, I must follow them, because I am their leader. Under my leadership, this association will continue to find new ways to expand membership, all with your informed approval and consent. After all, we are the voice of the profession, but you are the voice of this great association. Thank you, merci à tous, and I thank you for your vote.